One.
Cleanup is long and tedious. Hatteras and Ocracoke are still closed to everyone except emergency personnel and those delivering essential supplies. Chopper 10 flew over Hatteras this afternoon. It is still a mess in many places. Emergency management also restored generator-based power to Hatteras Island, and engineers are figuring out how to reconstruct the washed-out roads that have cut Hatteras Island off from the mainland. Many areas on the Outer Banks are still dealing with that massive cleanup, including 3,500 people who live in Collington Harbor and Kill Devil Hills. And that's where 10 on your side's Andy Fox is tonight. How's it going, Andy?
Hey, Tom, we have in Collington Harbor a lot of debris piles just like that. We've got lots of trees down and a lot of debris here. We have people working in their yard over here. We've got a house over here owned by a Newport News family. Take a look at this. That's what the surge did. When Hurricane Irene came through, crippled the house like that, they'll have to rebuild. It's like this all over Collington Harbor, and it's certainly a place that FEMA officials may want to take a look at. You know you're in Collington Harbor when you travel the main road in and see the life of its residents piled along the road.
When we returned Monday, I was weeping as I drove down the road because you saw everybody just like this.
Windswept and gone, a home owned by a Newport News family, no match for surging sound water that hit 12 feet. In this house, chairs and table where they stood, sand everywhere. Mike Russell, neighbor helping neighbor, lives down the street. He was here when surging waters took over the neighborhood.
The amount of wave activity that we had, you begin to question whether or not the pilings were deep enough in these homes, how the construction was built. I didn't see it happen. Could this house fall over? The house behind us is a perfect example. Yeah, it could fall over.
Heavy riprap scattered by forces of nature, unseen in these parts for a long time, tossed like pebbles. That's 25 pounds.
This is what is supposed to be behind the jetties, and the force of the water brought it over and spread it out.
That pipe was covered by sand, swept away. Look how the surge undermined the carport, collapsed the concrete here, upended it here, all the way down here. The storm surge hit hard and high, breaking foundations of homes where they stood.
That's 12 feet tall, snapping an 8x8 column. It's just incredible, the relentless pounding of the size of the waves that we had coming off of the sound. Docks were floating away.
Yeah, and houses were falling over. It's amazing, Tom, the force of what happened here with the surging sound water. I mean, it just took out the front, and then the house goes over and then takes out the back here. This is 4 houses here in Collington Harbor. Look, something like that. Not just like that, but something like that. But that's what they're dealing with here, and they're dealing with a lot of cleanup and a lot of people who've been working really hard to try to get their lives back together, Tom.
Andy, there are a lot of people on the Outer Banks we know who are hurricane veterans, so to speak, but have you talked to anyone who said, I've had it, I'm done, I'm not going to rebuild here?
No, I haven't met anyone like that. No one out here. Very hard to find someone who thinks that out here. But I have met a lot of people who are hurricane veterans who said, you know what? I saw this one going and I decided to leave. That's what they said. They saw it coming. They're veterans and they said, we're out of here.
Interesting.
I've heard a lot of that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Andy Fox reporting live from
Tom.
the Outer Banks.